Name's Movie Mike. Legend has it that I am a cinematographer around here. The clay wife was a high idea I had. Where I drew the inspiration for the short, I just wrote like a paragraph long of what I wanted it to be. And I saw the movie Pan's Labyrinth by Guillermo del Toro. And in the movie, he had this root that you put in a bowl and you pour milk on it and you put it under the bed. I can't remember, I think it was supposed to cure the sick mother or something like that. But I thought, what if you had this magical clay and you have one day to bring anything to life. Gave it to my buddy Chad and he wrote a script. I believe he submitted the script for one of his college courses. So him and I were planning out the movie. I forgot all that stuff that him and I discussed. We were talking about the color temperatures, like the different colors we wanted to have in the cinematography. All that stuff went out the door. The script then went into the hands of Red around, maybe 2019, 2020. It became the official Clay Wife, and we had a full narrative to follow. And that's where we're at with it.
My name is Red Elghazi, and I'm a film director and writer.
Like that. I actually didn't come here to beg you. I don't need anything. I just...
No, John asked me to marry him.
John's a good man.
That's why I called you this morning.
I remember in 2014, or 2015, I think it was 2014, maybe it's 2015, somewhere there. Me and Chad and Mike were hanging out, and and Chad was talking about him submitting a short film script to one of his classes called The Clay Wife, and we talked about it. He told me about the story. I thought it was really cool. And after that, fast forward 5 years almost, and during the pandemic, we decided to do a Zoom call, me, Chad, and Mike, just to catch up and talk. And so we started talking. This was last May, so May 2020. And by the end of the conversation, of the whole conversation, I talked to Chad. And I'm like, yo, what happened to that short film that you had called The Clay Wife? And he said, well, I still have it. I'm like, well, you want to try to make it during the pandemic? So he said, well, I'll send it to you and read it and tell me what you think and how we can go with it. So he sent it to me. I read it, and of course I liked it. I liked the concept of it. I liked what the story was trying to tell. So I contacted him and I said, okay, so I read it. I want to do it. I want to direct it, and I want you to produce it with me, and we'll do it together. So I took it. I rewrote some scenes, added some stuff. Made it more cohesive because it was still a student scripts. When you do a lot of student projects, you do it just to submit it and get it done with it. You don't really try to think about it as a project for later on. We got it casted, we got everybody up to speed, and we did some rehearsal with the cast and crew. We were getting ready to lock some locations in, and of course the pandemic got worse. By that point, it was June, and it was just going crazy at that moment. So we decided to not go along and film it and hold it until at least it slows down a little bit. So we put it in the back burner until almost exactly a year later. And I called them and I was like, I want to do this now. I'm ready. I talked to Mike. Mike said he's ready to do it too. So we reached out to Chad. Chad is a busy guy. He's writing. He's a writer. He's an author now. He writes books, and he does a lot of video projects in the West Coast. So he decided not to be a producer in it because he's busy, but he wants to be still involved and know the progress and everything. So we still kept him along, updated him once in a while because it's still his baby, even though, it's somebody else directing it and in charge of it, he still cares about it. So yeah, it's a journey and we're still on it, and can't wait to show everybody what we have.